デンジ、お前も好きだったろ。
何のつもりだ?
Hi, I'm Kai. Nice to meet you. Spoilers are the worst. I don't think that's a controversial statement, because I don't know anyone who actively enjoys having something ruined for them. And I don't know what it is, but I am just a spoiler magnet. Everything I try to do, whatever game I play, whatever show I'm watching, somehow, some way, I have it ruined for me, whether through social media or just by someone telling me it. And even though it's very rare for me to drop something just because of a spoiler, it still sucks because I had that moment of surprise taken from me. Like if I'm watching a show and I see a character die, it'll be a moment that I'll never forget. But if I knew ahead of time, then I'll just go, well, that happened. Like I'm straight out of a Marvel movie. So with all that out of the way, I just want to say that anime fans are the worst with this. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to animation that's straight from Japan, the people who watch it just forget everything about common decency. And there's never like any big plot twists or anything like that. No, it's always character deaths. My only guess being that they're the quickest to spoil. With plot twists, you have to take the time to explain them, and the person you're telling this to has to kinda already know what's happening. Character deaths, on the other hand, all you have to say is, this character died, and the person you told that to will be thinking about that the entire time. Instead of seeing Eric, the new quirky character of the show, they're gonna see Eric, the guy who dies. And instead of seeing a character named Vandermoth, a plot twist villain you haven't even met yet, you now see Vandermoth, the guy who gives Eric the die. I'm gonna talk about two animes that I hold near and dear to my heart, that I also got spoiled on. First, being Attack on Titan. Unlike a lot of other animes, Attack on Titan hinges on its plot twists. Like, if you go into Season 1 knowing what happens in Season 4, then what's the point of watching at that point, you know what I mean? Couple that with a bunch of character deaths, and you can see why spoiling this show would basically ruin the entire thing. And the fans who read the manga want you to know that they've read the manga. They will either allude to some big plot points that happen within it, or they'll straight up talk about it like everyone else has read it. This has happened to me many times. One time I was looking for some remixes of Season 4 Part 1's opening, cause you know, it's the best opening, fight me. And in the comments, I have just seen so many spoilers for the manga, it's insane. This was during Part 1's airing, so you could just imagine what they were saying. Now you could say it was my fault for going to the comments, it's not, but okay. But then there was this other time when I was going through TikTok and I found a funny video unrelated to AOT, check the comments, boom, character death. This has happened to me so many times. I go through TikTok, I check the comments, AOT related or not, learn about a plot twist. This has happened to me so many times that I decided to catch up with the manga so I wouldn't be spoiled anymore. I read the manga not because I was interested in what happens next, but because I got spoiled so much that I just couldn't take it anymore. That has never happened before, and I will never forget about it. I've had essential plot points ruined for me because people were just malicious. And to make this even more evil, I found fake spoilers. Spoilers that people made up just to fuck with people. And it's not as obvious as like saying, oh, SpongeBob dies in the Matrix or something like that. No, they add in actual character names and they say they die even though they don't. Do you have any idea how fucking evil you have to be to do that? You know how people say anime is made just to advertise the manga? This is more effective. Even though I like JJK, I have never read the manga. I read the AOT manga because I was scared, absolutely petrified. And they always try to be coy with it. Like if there's a thread of people talking about a character and they say, don't get too attached to them. Like, you think I'm an idiot? How else am I gonna interpret that? No one says that about a character who lives. You're not smart, you're not slick, you're not coy, you're not anything you think you are. You're basically telling me a character dies while you're getting high off your own ego. And you think that's bad? Let me talk about the other anime I was spoiled on. Chainsaw Man. Now this one I've actually read the manga before the anime came out. I am fully caught up now and it is amazing. In seeing how MAPPA is handling the anime, I am jealous of people who are experiencing it for the first time. But there's something I noticed about people fully caught up with the manga. When it comes to spoilers, they act like everyone who knows about Chainsaw Man has fully caught up with the manga like them, and they have no filters whatsoever. Let me tell you a story. One day, I went to the supermarket to pick up some stuff, and not to get too personal, but I was already in a bad mood that day, and as I was heading to the checkout, I saw an employee reading Chainsaw Man. I haven't fully caught up at that point, but I still wanted to strike a conversation with him. This is how it went. Oh hey, you're reading Chainsaw Man? Yes sir, I am. What volume is that? Oh, I think this is the one where... And you want to know the only reason why I didn't swing on this man? It's because I already knew about the spoiler on Twitter by seeing the whole panel on a thread unrelated to Chainsaw Man. But just imagine that. Imagine I didn't get spoiled ahead of time, where I find out about a traumatic event in the story through a supermarket employee. If that actually happened to me, I would have called corporate on his ass. I would try my damnedest to get that man fired. But you see what I mean, right? They're not trying to be malicious like the AOT fans. At least that's what I would have said a week ago, cause turns out while I was making this video, two things happened. People really don't like Kobeni, and the people who do like her just so happen to be manga readers and are spoiling the anime for everyone who doesn't like her. And even though I don't hate it as much as I should, because I have read the manga so it doesn't affect me as much, I still really don't like this, because this just makes people hate Kobeni, the show, the manga, the author, and everyone more. That's like if I'm watching Demon Slayer and then I told my friend that I don't like Zenitsu, and then he starts telling me who, when, and where everyone dies in the manga. Now a lot of anime fans defend this by bringing up how old of a show it is. Like for example, I can say whatever I want about Berserk because the series was this many years old, which is a terrible excuse because this doesn't happen with literally any other show I watch. Mr. Robot is a critically acclaimed show, and I can start it right now without knowing anything about it. Same goes for Mad Men, The Sopranos, Game of Thrones. I watched Breaking Bad last year without knowing anything. I saw some memes, but I didn't know the context of them. And let's get into that. Anime memes are so ripe with spoilers. Like if you don't get it, it's not funny, but if you do get it, it's still not funny. Gee, a lot of people are calling this character a donut, and the people in the comments are warning them. I wonder what that means. And yes, I did get spoiled this way, cause again, I'm not a fucking idiot. I get that people make mistakes when it comes to this. I know that I've let some plot twists slip here and there, and I think that happens to all of us. You know, we're human, we make mistakes. But I think there's a difference between letting one slip when talking to a friend and actively not knowing social cues. I've played games where I know the plot twist that happens at the very end. Danganronpa fans are especially bad at this. And like, it's been so long since I've watched an anime where I don't know anything about it. Most of the popular ones, I know something about it. I started watching Naruto and I just couldn't finish it. Not because of the spoilers, I just thought it was mid. But it just makes the viewing experience worse overall. I will never forget watching Attack on Titan seasons 1 through 3 without knowing anything. And like half of season 4 part 1 was so amazing, because I didn't know anything. I just want that feeling again, honestly. So I think we just need to be more aware of our surroundings. So just keep in mind, when talking about a piece of media, be sure to put yourself in the shoes of someone who's never seen it before. Maybe rephrase what you're about to say, or maybe give some spoiler warnings ahead of time. It's alright if you make mistakes. Just be sure to be aware of the people around you. However, if you ignore what I've said here, and you willingly post spoilers with no warning, with no care of anyone else, I will know. It'll be against my will, but I will know. And when I know, I will find you. And when I find you, I will sue you for everything imaginable and take everything you own. I will leave you broke. You will not be able to buy anything. You will be sucking dick for packs of Skittles. You don't want to interact with society the right way? Fine by me. I'll cut you off from society, you fucking Neanderthal.